in our present world and society, it's saddening and heartbreaking to see that a lot of marriages that we see happening every Saturday, a lot of glamorous high society wedding that happen. You just wish that, okay, this wedding is an happy ending marriage, a fairy tale marriage, and the next minute you are hearing that there is a divorce or a problem arose and these people are apart. It's so disheartening, and it gives me great heartache to find out that it's a wedding that has got a lot of money and taken so much years to build just split in no time. It is on this note I welcome you to today's edition on Real Talk, and my name is Omotayo Alo. Today we are talking about relationship. With me in the studio I have guests who are in relationship, but relationship goes beyond romantic. Friendship is also a kind of relationship, but want to zero in on the man to woman relationship, while we just touch a little on friendship and other aspects of relationship. So it would interest you to stay with us on this program. But before we go straight to the discussion, I would like you to see what youths out there have to say on what they feel they would consider if they ever want to get into a relationship. Join me, please.
The first thing I feel one should consider before going to a relationship is God. Then you can talk about love, then the person's background, then character matters most. If the person's character is not suitable to you, you won't be able to make a relationship work. There are two things you consider before getting into a relationship. Firstly, you have to consider if you love the person. And secondly, you have to consider your background.
We have to look at character, because that is the ultimate. Some people, they are just after beauty. This guy is handsome, this girl is beautiful. They forget about character, because it is character that display who that person is.
You should have to be friends with someone you want to fall in love with. You can't just wake up one day and fall in love with a stranger. I think you have to know a lot of things about that person. You have to know if this person I want to go into a relationship is trustworthy.
Trust should also be considered. If the two partners can trust themselves, the relationship will be very, very easy for.
They should know each other better before getting to the relationship, and feelings is the most important thing, because as a person, I can't go out with someone I don't have feelings.
Maturity should be considered, then age, and maybe financial aspects too should be considered before entering into a relationship.
You look unto God before you get into any relationship. You ask from God. That's my own point of view.
In terms of money, or wealth, or lots of things like that, one should consider before going into a relationship.
You consider the temperament of the person you want to go into a relationship with. If you are hot temper, you cannot enjoy the relationship with a hot temper person.
Welcome back from that wonderful reaction. It's really exciting to know what people actually have in mind on some certain issues and matters. Like someone said that before she gets into a relationship, she would love to consider the character of the person she wants to get into a relationship with, which is actually good. While someone said money is important, that is, without money, no way to relationship. That's really funny. Well, that's our own view, and every man to his own opinion. That brings me to introducing my guest for today. So I'd like to introduce my beautiful lady. I'll do it ladies first today, because it's relationships, so we are being sensitive people and we need to be taken care of. So I'd like to say welcome to Moralake Olariwaju. Moralake, good day.
Good day.
And so the young man with me in the studio, Chisom Sam Orji. Good day to you.
Good day.
Yeah, welcome on the program. The program is Real Talk. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Okay, now straight to business. We want to talk about relationship. Wow, I know you're interested. Yes. Now, my first question: what does this word relationship really mean? So, ladies first again. Moralake, what does relationship mean to you?
Thank you. To me, relationship is an attachment that brings two or more people together. And just like you have rightly defined that It could be friendship, it could be romantic. I'm not even limiting it to only that. It goes also into social setup too, because it brings different people together with a common focus to achieve a common goal.
Okay, thank you very much. So the word relationship, Chisom, what does it mean to you?
Well, to me, I would say it means a state of being connected. It could also mean the way two people behave to each other or regard each other. And then I would also say it could be an emotional association between two people, between a guy and a girl.
Okay. Emotional association. Did you hear that? Wow. I'm feeling very emotional today. Okay, thank you. Now, next question. What should I consider before venturing into any relationship? What are the things I should consider? Chisom, I'd like you to answer that. What should I consider before entering into a relationship?
I will start by saying that there are three things basically I know about relationships. First of all, it has to do with the person or the people, you know. And so, before getting into a relationship, you should be able to consider the person or the people you're going into a relationship with. And then, each relationship must have a purpose. You should be able to consider also the purpose of the relationship. The purpose is going to give you a guide, it's going to give you direction, you know. And then, each relationship must have a process. And so there is a person, there is a purpose, there is a process of each relationship.
The 3 P's: the person, the purpose, and the process of the relationship. So one should consider the 3 P's in the relationship. So tomorrow, okay, what would you consider before getting into a relationship? Or what should my viewers out there consider before getting into a relationship?
Yes, I will start from where he stopped. You must consider the person, and actually anyone you are going into a relationship with, I think what will actually bring you together is what you are saying about the person. In the sense that if you think, okay, the way the person is behaving goes along with what you want, definitely you can get along. So also we can look at the person, the temperament of the person. I think that goes a long way, because we always the way somebody behaves towards you actually tends to tell you whether that relationship is going to last, or it's something you just have to pick ways and just say bye-bye to the relationship, even at that extent. So temperament should be considered. Also, I will also say we should consider what is the passion of the person. Then, what is the focus? I think that should even go with passion now. What is the focus of the person? What are you people coming together to do? At least it must be that the maybe 2 or more people that are coming together, there should be something that is driving them to come together. Just don't venture into friendship or any courtship relationship without any understanding of what you want to go there to do. So we should not be blindfolded when we are going into a relationship. So we should consider the person, like my brother also said, the temperament and the passion.
Thank you very much. So now this is beyond I like me, you like me, let's start a relationship. I hope you're listening and I hope you're learning on this program. Now, a lot of people will say that, relationship is actually so much work that you need to put in a lot, you need to put in so much work to it for you to make it work. So now my question is, how much work do I need, or do anyone out there need to put into a relationship before it would work? Chisom.
Well, I think the first responsibility the people in the relationship owe themselves is to get the basic knowledge. You should know what you're going into. And then there are 2 aspects of life. People live life based on the truth. people also live life based on falsehood. Yeah. So if you're going into a relationship, you should ensure that the premises of your relationship are based on the truth and not based on falsehood. So it's your responsibility to have the basic knowledge. You know, a lot of young people get into relationships without even knowing what a relationship is all about. You know, a lot of times it's beyond what people just perceive it to be. You know, so you have to start by getting the basic knowledge. Sometimes this basic knowledge, they could be found in books, literatures, you know, based on the experiences of other people. You know, you learn from it, and then you must also be determined to make your relationship work. Whatever kind of relationship it is, you must be determined to make it work. It takes two to play a game. It takes two to tango. You know, so the people involved in the relationship must be determined that yes, for the purpose of this relationship, we are committed to making this thing work.
Okay. So now the work that needs to be put in is the determination.
That knowledge,
knowledge and determination. Those are things that we need to put into our relationship for it to work. The beautiful thing on this show is that Morolake is in a relationship and Chisom is also in a relationship. So they are not just talking out of the space, they are talking from experience. And after this break for music, Morolake and Chisom will be sharing their personal experience on what they did to actually remain in the relationship they are. You really want to hear their story. So stay tuned with me.
Your love is real to me. My friends of loss take you over lands and seas. You don't have to cry no more. Explore the world with me. I could be your Superman. Hey, I'm gonna get comfort. You know you can call me when you need someone to love you when the nights are cold. Promise I could be the one to love you when the nights are slow. Love you, I place no one above you. Should be 1 + 1 or 2. Me and you breaking the rules. Hey, some on me, I do my right on. I won't wait for it. Your mama won't you. If I change you, I'm like your daughter. She did dress like a lady. She did make people gaga. I go grind, I go hustle. I go try, I go use my muscle. Like Weezy, I go follow you. Go 1, 2, 3. You know you can call me when you need someone to love you when the nights are cold. Promise I could be the one to love you when the nights are slow. Someone to love you when the nights are cold. Let me hold you. City. Vermo E. Kelly.
Welcome back from that interesting music break. I hope you were enjoying the program. The program is still Real Talk on OSPC, and you know, I must confess that I'm learning myself, because you know it's important. I'm going to get married someday, so I need these lessons. I hope you learn it too. Now to personal experience. So Chisom, I'd like you to share your personal experience on how you have worked to make your relationship a lasting one, even till today.
Yeah, I'm in love with someone and we are in a relationship. We call it an emotional relationship. It started not too long ago, but it started someday. And like I said, I discovered myself. I understood my own personal vision for life. And so I knew that whoever I'm getting into a relationship with must be someone who is compatible with me, my person, my vision, you know, not necessarily my character, because character may not be all that perfect, but the relationship will also help to mold character, you know. But I understood my person, I understood my vision, and so whoever I was getting into a relationship with, you know, must be someone who would be compatible with my vision. You know, without a vision, life has no compass, life has no direction, you know. And so if I understand myself, understand my vision, it would be a very big error to get into a relationship with someone who does not even have a vision for herself. And so these were some of my points of attraction. What's your vision? What do you think life is all about to you? How do you see life? How do you view life? What's your opinion about this and this and this, you know? And then when I saw that yes, we are compatible, I knew that yeah, we're good to go in this relationship. Our relationship has a purpose. You know, like I said earlier on, purpose will give you a guide. Purpose will give you boundaries. There are certain things you can't go, you can't do. There are certain places you can't go beyond. Why? Because you have a purpose. You know, and so apart from being committed to loving and trusting and taking care of my partner, you know, both of us are also committed to our purpose. You know, it's not, my relationship is not a short-term relationship. You know, it's a long-lasting relationship. It's a lifelong relationship. And so we are beginning at this point to get ourselves committed to our purpose, to our visions, and to ourselves.
Wow, that's so interesting. That's so touching and very educative, honestly. Now to Moralake, your personal experience.
Yes. I've been in a relationship for about 5 years, and to this time, even though so many people will come and they'll be like, this person that you say you are engaged to or in love with, are you sure that the person is still with you and you have peace of mind where you are? And one thing I tell people is, if it is for me, wherever it goes, it will come back. And since it was not that I ventured into it because, okay, there's a selfish reason for it, so I don't need to stress myself so much, even when it is gone. And to me, what gives the relationship is that, like so many ladies will think, once I'm into a relationship, let me get whatever I can get now before, if at all they even are thinking of getting married with the person. And they will be like, let me get whatever I can get now, because when we are married now, it is, I will have limited
things to ask
for, because it will now be that we have to put things together to work out. But now that I'm still on the way, like we will say it, that yes, so when I want to make my hair, let me ask for this. When I want to buy this, I want to ask. To me, what keeps my relationship going is that I come to think of it that whatever I have, he has it, and whatever he has, I am the owner. So I don't go to the extreme to start bothering him of, okay, I want to do this, you must send this to me, I want to get this, send this money, and all of that. So to me, and most of the time I think we'll quarrel about that. Why will you not have to request for whatever you need? If you are willing to do it for me, I'm also willing to accept, and not me bothering you to get those things. So that is one of the things, and most of the time he has come back able to appreciate after we might have quarreled. Then you are not acting and all of that. He comes back to appreciate and say, no, I really appreciate your gesture and all of that. That's another thing. Then my relationship, we are not together in the same environment, but the trust is there and the commitment is there, even till date. And that, I think, when trust is there and commitment is there, that is enough. Because you don't have to start giving yourself headache. What do I know that this girl or this lady is doing, where she is? And you know, by the time you start giving yourself a thinking and emotional disturb like that, it's better that you stop such relationship so that you don't find yourself in trouble at the end of the day. So a relationship where there's no trust, where there's no commitment, where there's not, when you cannot even fall back and say yes, maybe when you think about your relationship, it's not giving you any hope for the future, it's better one should cut it. And just like he said that you must have vision. So you just don't jump into relationship because every other person is doing it, I must also. Or you are looking at my peer groups are gone, or even some of them are married and all of that, and you are here, you are thinking, hey, how will it be? It's not because of that. So I think maturity is needed in relationship. Maturity, our trust, our commitment is needed, and I think that is what personally I feel.
That is what has kept your relationship. Thank you very much. That's really interesting and very romantic, I must say, because even the distance is not a barrier to a relationship, and that's because the relationship has a solid foundation, which is really, really important. Okay, now let's just tilt a little from emotional or romantic relationship a little. Let's just talk about friendship. You know, I've noticed that at times you have a friend, say university, and maybe you went to 7. It just happens that the history of that friend is automatically wiped out from your memory, and they're asking you 5 years, 10 years, when last did you call your friend? Like, I don't know. So how can one build friendship too? How can one build friendship? I'd like Chisom to answer first.
Alright, first of all, there is something I believe so strong, that friendship is by choice and not by force. And so not everybody must be your friend. You know, in fact, that you went to school with someone, that the person was your colleague in school. It only means the person is your colleague. It doesn't necessarily mean the person is your friend. Now, you can build friendship with someone when there is a point of attraction between both of you. Yeah, there must be a point of attraction. There must also be a common goal that you want to achieve. And let me quickly say here that there are 2 major categories of friendship. It also means the same thing in a relationship. The first one is the builders, and the second one is the destroyers. And so, even in friendship, you have builders and you have destroyers. There are 4 things a friend will do for you. I'm speaking by experience now. Yeah. Your friend will either add to you, or subtract from you, or multiply what you have, or divide you in pieces. You know, and so if you're building friendship, every positive friendship must be built to add value, to multiply, You know, any friendship or relationship that is built and all that is featured in that friendship is a loss, something that's always been taken from you, or by the time you spend time in your or with your friend, you just feel so empty, and you feel everything about you is just crashing. You know, that is a destructive friendship. You know, so I would say building friendship, you know, you must have this mindset of avoiding the destroyers, you know, and sticking to the builders.
Thank you very much. Now back to our key major subject for today, which is the romantic aspects of relationship. Now I know that there are some people out there who are having challenges in their relationship, and you know they crave for answers. So Moralake, what advice do you have for those who have challenges in their relationship, even presently as we speak?
Yes, challenges are bound to come our way, but what we should do is identify where the challenge is coming from. Most of the time we used to think the challenge we are facing is coming from the other partner, and it may really be from us, and because we do not see ourselves, we cannot note everything about ourselves, that okay, I'm derailing. It's somebody else that will tell us, this thing you are doing is not right. So one thing is, first in all, we should identify where the challenge is coming from, whether it is from myself or from the other hand, so that you know how the whole thing will be resolved, so that if it is coming from you, you know that it is you, that you have to work on yourself and not passing blame on the other partner. So that's the first thing. Identify where the challenge is coming from. Then, after identifying it, look for ways in which you can resolve it. If the two of you or more people in that relationship, if you are thinking, okay, if sitting together like this will not resolve the matter, you can look for people who have also tread that path and relate such matters to them, and in their experience or in their own personal encounter, they can find solution to such challenge. So making 2 points. Then also, whatever relationship we are going to, it should have a spiritual backing. So definitely, apart from relating to anybody who is experienced in a such relationship, we still have people that God has brought our way, like our pastors or whosoever. We just, maybe we have disciples, like we will say it in the Christendom and all of that. They are people that God has placed over us that we can relate such matters to, and to curtail such challenges.
Thank you so very much, Moralake. You've heard it all from Moralake. You know, she said that you should seek other people's advice. Now, she's not saying you should report your partner to whoever you are talking to, but you could just present it as, I need advice for a friend of mine who is doing so. It doesn't look like you are painting your partner bad, but it's important that you seek advice of those who have been in that relationship before. I hope you enjoyed today's edition on Real Talk, and you know, it's important that we plan to make whatever it is we venture into work and be a success. And relationship is one very key thing that should not spoil, because it can make or mar an individual. Thank you so much for joining me on today's edition. But before I leave you, I'd like to say that happy ending in a relationship is very possible and achievable. All you need to do is make up your mind to make that relationship work, and you know what, it would definitely work. My name remains Omotayo Alo. Till I come your way next time, ensure that you put in every effort to make your relationship work. Thanks for staying tuned. Bye for now.